Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode number 155 of the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of John Boy Media and presented to you by our friends over at SeatGeek. We are getting you all set for the divisional round. It's moving quick, and we are joined by an all-star, a World Series champion, and a brand new daddy this season as well, Austin Riley of your Atlanta Braves. I'm not going to wake the baby right now, am I?
Oh no, he's been up for about an hour. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's got his breakfast. He's watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, so we're rolling.
Wait a second. The dude's like, isn't he like 5 months old or something?
He's almost 6, but he's locked in. Like he'll sit there for like 15 minutes and like stare at the screen.
How's he do at baseball games?
Actually, really good. He's only been to a couple, but noise doesn't bother him. He's going to Philly when we go there this weekend, so should be fun.
Whoa. Hold on. He's going to Philly?
Oh yeah. Mom and Dad are coming. We're taking the whole crew.
So we're indoctrinating him early. Like, this is
Oh
crazy
yeah.
stuff. You don't take a 6-month-old on the road to Philly.
Oh yeah. Hey, we gotta got him start him young. Postseason baseball. That's what it's about. So
All right. I've been a father for almost 22 years, so I remember some of those pains in the early going. What the heck is it like trying to be a Major League Baseball player, hitting 98, something that's moving all over the place, and you're like, oh my God, I got like 70 minutes of sleep last night.
um it was an adjustment. It was a good adjustment, but it was fun. I tell me and even Anna says the same thing. It's like he was born April 20th, May, June, July. Like I don't remember uh anything baseball wise, nothing. It was just a blur. Um but no, it was great. It really was. We've gotten super lucky. He's a really good baby. Sleeps through the night. He's going 11, 12 hours at night. So we're getting our sleep. But those first couple months were a change for sure. But they were awesome.
What's his name, real quick?
Easton, Easton with no T.
Oh, East with Eason.
Yeah, Easton.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Any truth to the rumor that he's already wearing a Michael Harris II jersey, that's his favorite player?
Wouldn't be surprised. I hadn't seen it on him yet, but he would be I would approve that one. I
Okay.
would. Good player.
So you said that you don't remember basically the rest of April, May, or June. Let me fill you in on what happened in August. You signed a new extension to stay in Atlanta, I think through the 2087 season or something like that, because that's what they do with all their young ball players. They
Right.
just sign them up forever. What is it like when you are putting pen to paper, knowing you're going to be somewhere for a full decade? And oh, by the way, it's $200 million.
Um, it's still tough to put into words. To one to be, in Atlanta where I wanted to be. I've said it to a lot of people. It's like it just made so much sense. And my wife's got family here. Both our parents are 5 hour drives away and close to Memphis. Um, the organization has been so good to me. Like I said, to have that opportunity to potentially be with one team my whole career, that's pretty sweet. And it just, like I said, it seemed like all the stars lined up and couldn't turn it down.
No, you cannot turn that down. Thank
No,
you. But
yeah, right.
let's be honest here. I know that you love the organization. You love where you are geographically in the area and all the people and all of that. But listen, if I love what I do and somebody put $200 million in front of me, I think I still would like be shaking as I'm
Oh yeah,
signing my. Were you?
oh yeah, for sure. Um, like I said, I would never dreamed of making that much money. I was, you always think about, I was like, oh, I could, you think about the Ronald Acuna deals, you're like, oh man, that would be awesome. And then to be presented, something, that I got, like it's a shock to like it's, I don't know, you know like I said, I'm having a hard time finding words for what it means.
Did you run out and buy something? Like, did you
No,
impulse buy?
no impulse buy. We did actually get a house here in Atlanta, um, but I want to get I want to eventually buy some land in Mississippi somewhere for hunting land. So I'm saving up for that.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fair. I think you'll be good. You also, since we last spoke, have become a World Series champion. How often do you bust out your ring?
Never. I literally got it, sent it home to it's in my brother-in-law's safe. It's staying there. Uh, I think that's something I may bust out. Hopefully if we win another World Series, I'll bust it out. But I think that's something that's very, very special occasion. Uh, in my mind, like I said, it's so dang big. Like it feels awkward on my hand, which is a good thing. But no, it's in the safe somewhere. I'm gonna keep it there.
Well, let me give you a word of advice. And I always find it interesting because, I spent a lot of time, obviously, with Kevin Millar, working with him for a decade. He always wore it when he was around Boston because
Okay.
people went generations without being able to see them win one, right?
Right.
Now in Atlanta, it's been a little different. You guys went from 1995 until 2021 without one, but you're still talking about an essentially a whole generation. And it means so much to fans. It's not like, oh, Austin Riley showing off and all that's people like when they see it, it brings them so much joy.
Yeah.
And whether it's a connection with a family member or maybe somebody who had passed away and was a lifelong Braves fan and they hadn't been able to share that moment together or whatever. When they see you, it like opens up the water wells and people just go nuts. Like
Oh yeah.
it's really cool.
Oh,
So
I
if you're
believe
ever
it.
going to an event or something, I would just say that it's so
I get
special to us as
approval
fans.
to wear it then.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Keep that in mind for sure.
yeah.
Well, I'd like I said, if I ever come back, like I said, I tell you, now that you say that, like the seeing the parade last year, like it's incredible. Like I didn't, that's to me, that's when the World Series set in. Like seeing like schools were let out, work was let out. I mean, the battery you couldn't fit another person in there. I mean, like they were all over the streets. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. And by the way, good job by you not to be a stumbling drunk like Matzik.
Matt to get arrested.
Yeah.
Come on now, stay hot. That was like the one I told him. I give him, I mess with him all the time. I was like, that was like the one rule they told us. They're like, don't get off, whatever you do, don't get off the bus. And there he goes. He gets off and he gets arrested.
I
So,
know. We had him on this show, and yeah, he actually had apologized to the police officer and brought the officer down to you guys. He got to
yeah.
hang out at the park because everybody was so upset with the police officer. But so yeah, here we go. Here's your
Right.
video of Matzik doing his thing. That's great. By the way, who in the crowd would be wearing a Matzik jersey with a big old hat like that, trying to pretend to be him with a beer in hand?
Right. Can't, he's one of a kind.
That he is. Um, so I'm curious. We're getting ready to have the divisional round. You're playing an opponent that you know very, very well in the Philadelphia Phillies. How much did you even watch of the wild card round?
I watched them all. Like I said, it's playoff baseball. Like I said, I love the game. So I mean, especially this time of year, those games, every pitch is that more intensified. So yeah, I watched them all, and they're a good team. I mean, there's a reason they're in the postseason. We've played them. Obviously a ton this year and in the past. The guys, but I think there's something to be said once you get into postseason. You know there's a little bit more focus that goes into it. I feel like guys, they get into different zones, and you never know. You for sure can't take them lightly whatsoever.
Is there a different feeling this year than there was a season ago? And what I mean by that is you've already kissed the commissioner's trophy once before. Did you remember feeling different last year saying, my gosh, there's so much pressure on the Braves. At the time, we had won 4 straight division crowns, but we haven't taken that next step. Can we do
Yeah.
it?
I wouldn't say there's a different feeling. I think there's more of like, a confidence. swagger a little bit to us of like, hey, they're, they're trying to take it from us, and we want to keep it again. We want to do something that's never been, win two in a row. I think, like I said, that's the ultimate goal. And I think last year, the season that we had, the ups and downs, the winning 88 games, being under 500 at the break, like, there was, I felt like we were still trying to find ourselves even throughout the postseason. It's just like I said, we were trying to just constantly build that momentum. And this year, we got a really good team, and we know what we have. So I think it's just a matter of going out there, playing our game, and like I said, see where we're at the end of this.
How excited are you?
Oh, I'm excited. I love postseason baseball. That series against the Mets, kind of sparked it. I mean, that right there was postseason baseball. The atmosphere, like I said, each pitch, how much it mattered. The fans were in it. That's my favorite time of year, so I'm excited.
How much do you think it helped you guys? Because you've known for quite a while you guys were going to be in the playoffs. You just didn't know if you were going to be it as a division champ or as a
Right.
wild card. But I think it probably helped you guys to get you guys so singularly focused on something to play the Mets in such a big series, because sometimes you'll see teams go into the playoffs like the Dodgers. It feels like they haven't played an important game in months.
Right.
But for
Well,
you had that series at home that felt Octoberish.
yeah, no, I think it's like a little tester. It's like, hey, can we step up in the big moments, and we did, and just almost see what kind of team we are, and I what we did out there I expected, and just kind of got that, like, okay, nod that we are a playoff baseball team. I know we can go deep. Um, so yeah, I think there is something to it, and like I said, this new playoff bracket, we've never had 5 days off, and Dansby and I were talking about it the other day. It's like, how can we intensify these workouts these next couple of days to kind of ramp up to get to to tomorrow? Because like I said, you go from 0 to 100, can sometimes be a little bit of a shocker. So I think the added that series, and then like I said, going into these next couple of days, trying to ramp up our workouts, get the blood flowing. It's all going to help.
But I mean, an empty stadium where you're having a workout and you're taking BP is not the same
No,
thing
no,
as
no. We'll not compare, especially our stadium. Our fans are, electric. But you try to do whatever possible to
what.
mentally prepare for it.
But what do you? How can you do that? Like, I get it that you want to try and get in the.
Yeah,
And this is the thing I worried about the bye is that you're used to facing guys blowing 100. Here's
right,
Jacob DeGrom throwing 102, and then you're like, hey, this workout's fun. And now here we go. We're back in Ranger
right.
Suarez is on the mound and Zach Wheeler. And what do you do?
I mean, I think it's just the overall preparation that you've done all year. Your cage work is spot on. Your infield stuff is spot on. So now it's just a matter of getting that game adrenaline. We've seen what these fans here in Atlanta can bring. Um, so we know what to expect. There's definitely going to be jitterbugs, and you're going to feel that in your stomach, that whether it's that first at bat, that first ground ball. But I think that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of being able to be in the postseason, because it's different. You can't part of it you can't prepare for, but at the same time you're looking forward to it.
Well, speaking of that series against the Mets, they were one and done. They were ousted by the San Diego Padres. Did you watch that series closely, even though
I
you didn't have the winner?
Yeah, no, I did. Flip back and forth, actually back and forth from it, from football and watching it last night. It's they're a really good team. You hate to you really do hate to see a team that won 101 games be knocked out. But that's baseball's crazy. We all know anything can happen. Um, and just unfortunate for them. But props to them for having a great season, and looking forward to the Lindor and I were talking about it on third base. This during that series, this is what it's all about. Looking forward to it for the next however many years, going, battling, head to head on it.
Even though you signed a contract extension, make sure he pays for the check if you two ever go out. You
Hey,
really
will
got a
do.
nice deal. Okay.
Yeah, right. Will do for sure.
So were you watching Justin Tucker kick a field goal while they were massaging Joe Musgrove's ears, or were you on the baseball game?
No, I flipped over to massaging the ears. That was a little interesting. Um, but hey, that's you're trying to win a ball game, do whatever. But to see him not have anything on him and continue to pitch, I thought that was pretty cool.
So are you going to go up to Snit now in the postseason if something's glistening on the side of somebody's dome and say, I think you need to give him an ear rub? Is this the new strategy?
No, I'm not going to suggest that because if it doesn't happen, that guy's going to get that much more adrenaline and fuel to the fire that he's going to just continue to shove. Um, so I'm out on that one.
What was your reaction as a major leaguer? Were you laughing? Were you like, what the hell are they doing? Because we saw Karen check get his hair checked, and that was bizarre enough.
Yeah.
Teddy Barrett going through and giving him a lice check. But I've never seen anybody get their ears rubbed on national television.
National TV. I chuckled. I gave a little laugh, not gonna lie, just because, you know, like you said, having another man rub on another man's ears is a little, is what it is. But to me, like after I was like watching the situation, to me it just looked like sweat. Like he was like all over his face. He was sweating. I don't know if there was like a different view that they had on the field. But to me, from TV, it looked just to me it looked like sweat. But hey, I wasn't there, so
Yeah, Andrew McCutcheon, who was watching the game, he tweeted out that it was red hot. He said, I've seen pitchers put red hot on their ears to get them focused. He goes, I don't know why they do it. He goes, it burns like hell.
I was about to
But
say that's aggressive. Red hot on your ears. I stay away from red hot because like I don't like the feeling. So I can't imagine it being on my ears. But that's pretty wild.
do people do weird stuff
I've
like that?
never heard of that. I want to know what pitcher has done that before.
That's great. Hey, one other thing you got to experience this year was the All-Star game in LA. You got a knock, which was really cool, but you also got to walk the red carpet and stuff. I don't know if you're a red carpet guy, but did you enjoy that portion of the program?
I'm not a red carpet guy. What's cool? My wife said I drug her through it. She was like, I felt like I was getting pulled through because I guess I was walking too fast. Um, but no, like that whole 2 days, 3 days was crazy. It was like how much stuff can we put in 48 hours. But no, it was incredible. The experience was what I thought it would be and more. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a red carpet guy.
What you should have done was just take lessons from the guy who's like 60 feet to your left. I mean, I think Dansby Swanson was born on a red carpet.
Yeah, he has the hair, the beard, the swag, the dress. Yeah, he's got it all. Um, it's tough. It's a tough act to follow.
Did you have to follow him literally on the red carpet?
I think so. I think it was yeah. I think it was either him or Ronald. I mean that's a tough one to follow too.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So like I said, I was just pulling in. I was like, all right, let's go through. Let's go.
See,
Let's get to the end.
That's where you take the list and you rearrange it and you go behind Brian Snitker.
Right. Good tip. I'll put in my notes for next time.
For next year, if when he's managing again,
right,
you guys will win it again, and then you're going to make it again since you're such a good player. You just go. Did Snit even walk the red carpet?
I think yeah, he did.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, there he is. Oh, look at him with his grandkids. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Snit, he looks like he's applying for a loan at a bank, but that's fine. That's kind of. I'm surprised he owns a sport coat. I'll
Oh
be
yeah,
honest with you.
he does. Snit's the best.
Okay, interesting. Have you watched much college football this year?
A little bit, a little bit. I'm a Mississippi State fan.
Yeah.
We're sneaky having a good year. I think we're what 4-1, 4-1, 5-1, something like that.
Okay.
So not bad, not bad. Normally it's tough to watch, but we're sneaky having a good year.
Who's coaching you guys this year?
Oh shoot, Mike Leach.
Oh yeah, Leach is.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, right.
Oh
He's a
my
good
God,
one.
he is
He's a
hilarious.
character.
Did you see him? One of the sideline reporters was getting married recently, and she asked him, she goes, "Hey, I'm getting married soon. I know how much of a wedding guy you are. Do you have any advice?" And he gave like a 2-minute answer about how her, to be
Should go
husband.
elope and not even spend the
Exact.
money. Like, oh yeah, it's like the whole interview is like he was giving one word answers to like football questions, and
Right.
then they get on the
The marriage
the
stuff. And
marriage, and he just won't stop. I loved it.
he is one of a kind, dude. He's funny. No,
No
but
doubt.
you're from Tennessee, right? Or
So, born in Memphis, Tennessee, lived my whole life in South Haven, Mississippi, or Hernando, Mississippi. So it
right.
was just the closest hospital. So that's where my parents went.
Got it. Got it. But there's no like Tennessee love because the Tennessee Volunteers, for
No, no,
example,
no, 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 no.
we don't even
Barely
bring that
go
up.
into Memphis. Well, maybe once a year during the off season. But I stay in Mississippi.
You basically gave me a shush on that, Rose. You're like, sorry, I was going down
Well,
a road I should not have
no,
gone
no,
down.
no. It's just all my teammates are like, because I'm proud Mississippian. And they're like, well, you're from Tennessee. I'm like, no, I'm not. That was the closest hospital. Like, couldn't help that.
That's awesome. Hey, listen, I know that you got a workout to get to, which is awesome. I am going to spin the wheel of moderately interesting things and have you answer this, and then we'll get you on your way. I don't want Stranger Things. We haven't had that in a while.
Stranger Things.
All right. This is a category my wife came up with. She's like, you have to just ask them a strange question that you wouldn't ask them if you just met them or whatever. But since you guys hang out on a weird baseball show, go do that. Here is my Stranger Things question to you. You can change the smell of one thing and one thing only so that it smells great. Either your breath, your body odor, or your farts.
Ooh.
Which one are we changing and why?
I'm going body odor. Just because I'm in sport. Yeah. Well, just like you're in sports all the time. Like, you come off the field. It's like, man, that'd be nice just to smell like roses or something. Not have to take a shower pill and just take it to the house. But yeah, I think that's a good one. Just because, like I said, I'm around a bunch of dudes that are sweating all the time. That's my choice. That's a good question.
And I'll tell you
like
this. I lived in Atlanta for 3 years, from 96 through 99. You never stop sweating there in the summer.
No, yeah. Like, it's brutal.
It's horrible. Like, even when you just get in your car to drive somewhere, the back sweat is ungodly because it doesn't matter whether your car is it could even be in an air-conditioned garage. The minute you start driving, something happens.
No doubt. Especially if you got leather, you're like, you can't wear shorts and sit on. Like, it's brutal.
No,
brutal.
It's disgusting. I mean, the city's great. I love
I love
there.
the city, but it's hot. It's hot as
man.
You know what?
In middle of the afternoon, forget it. You're taking me back to bad air. I'd even come out. I was working at CNN Sports Illustrated at the time, and sometimes my first show wasn't until 1 a.m. So I was walking to my car at like 3 a.m. and it was still 94 degrees at like 3. I'm like, this is not
should not be happening.
Yeah, this ain't happening.
It's crazy.
All right, listen. I appreciate it. I wish you luck as you guys are trying to go back to back. You ready to go have some fun? It's be a good time, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like I said, postseason baseball is the best. So I'm looking forward to it. So it should be a fun little ride.
Well, congratulations on the World Series championship. most of all,
Thank you.
congratulations on Eason making it into this world and being a Michael Harris II fan. Congratulations to you and your bride Anna on the new contract and going to buy the entire state of Mississippi, which I'm sure you can do now. And I really appreciate you checking in during this time. It's really cool. I know our Braves fans in particular will love it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, and anytime.
You got it, brother. Good luck in that World Series run. For our amazing one-of-a-kind producer, Robbie Scirocco, and Braves all-star third baseman, Austin Riley, I am Chris Rose. We'll see you next time here on the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of John Boy Media.